Get daily updates directly to your inbox plus subscribe. Thank you for subscribing. Could not subscribe. Try again later. Invalid email. Christophe Berra insists Hearts' history-busting humbling of Celtic is already in the past. But the Tynecastle skipper is adamant the unforgettable day in Georgie has offered everyone a crystal-clear vision of their future under boss Craig Loven. Berra was a proud skipper as his team penned the final chapter in Brendan Rodgers' 69-page domestic fairy tale. But for Hearts the article is nowhere near completion. Berra has seen the manager's script and reckons defeating the champions is just a forward to the intended storyline. Image. SNS Group. In stopping the Parkhead juggernaut, Hearts became Hearts again, feisty, competitive, strong, dangerous and into the face of their opponent. Tynecastle was like Tynecastle again, raucous and intimidating. A seething cauldron. Berra says it's the blueprint for the future but has also issued a warning as captain that the bar has now been set at a high level and there can be no dropping of standards. He said, "It will go down in the history books because it was the game that stopped the record run of Celtic. But we are nowhere near the finished article. There's a lot of improvement within the squad to do. Of course we were missing key players and hopefully that becomes a positive because it shows we have depth in our squad. We can only get better and we aren't Celtic. They are very consistent. We're not yet. Celtic will recover. They're a good team and will embark on another run. Our team is chopping and changing and there are young players in there. So there may still be ups and downs to come. Football can change in days, so although we are as high as kites, it's done. It's over. But it showed what we can do if we perform as we should. Tynecastle was absolutely rocking and that's what the place should be like. Especially against the top teams. We have to get about opponents. We did that. The nearest man to the ball pressed it. It was long overdue and what the fans have been waiting for and deserve. To do it against the champions just topped it off. Image. SNS Group. We know what Tynecastle can be like and it's a case of playing front foot football. Not being slow. Getting into faces. That's Hearts. That's what the manager wants to get back to. It will take time and needs a certain type of player but that's the way forward. That was the Tynecastle I remember and it's what people were waiting to see. But we need to back it up against St. Johnstone and then do it against our rivals at home after that. As far as I'm concerned, Celtic was last week. Now it's this week and we build to Perth. St. Johnstone have been a top team for the past 2 or 3 seasons and it's a different challenge. Against a different type of team. This will bring new hurdles so we look there. Image. SNS Group. I've been around long enough not to get too high or too low. So we stay level-headed and humble and get on with it. In football or any sport, you just don't know what is around the corner. Despite his warnings, Berra deserved an opportunity to bask in the recent developments. In the space of a week his team have turned things around. Home wins over Motherwell and Dundee steadied the Jambos ship before it sailed spectacularly beyond Celtic to make it 9 points out of 9 without a goal lost in 270 minutes, which could be key to the entire campaign. Berra said, "Winning 4-0 against Celtic is almost surreal, especially given we were missing key players and the manager made 7 changes from the previous game. We had been written off. To win and deservedly win was so pleasing." Image. SNS Group. Sometimes when you defeat the old firm there is some luck involved. But we fully merited the victory. It was justified. It wasn't that long ago people were talking about us not winning in 6 matches. But we have drawn 3 at home and now won 3 at home. So we are unbeaten at Tynecastle and even the games we drew we should have won. Against Ross County, it was one-way traffic and we created more against them than we did against Celtic when we were more clinical. We should have beaten Partick Thistle as they scored an offside goal. But it did play out in our favor against Hamilton. So it's swings and roundabouts. Winning 4-0 against a team with top international players which had been unbeaten for 69 games is quite something. Image. SNS Group. Everyone had been waiting for them to lose, but I don't think anyone expected Hearts to do it. We've taken stick recently. Some of it was justified, but some of it wasn't. That's the game. You get on with it. We all know the gaffer. He's very thick-skinned and takes things with a pinch of salt. If you're the main man, you are going to have to take stick here and there. Every manager has in the past, but it doesn't bother him. Image. SNS Group. He knows what he wants to do, and it was a great result for everyone involved, with the club top to bottom. It was a great day to be associated with Hearts, and all credit to the staff and everyone. Excitement is now sweeping around the entire club for the upcoming weeks. Before the midwinter break, Berra and his teammates face St. Johnstone. A derby against Hibs, then a crunch clash with high-flying Aberdeen. Levin's team are buoyant, and the skipper added, "Teams may be looking at us differently now, and the next 3 games are ones to relish. They will be competitive and tough, but ones to savor."